red dot on the screen, therefore it's Puzzle Gauntlet time. Galactus will do something about him. Maybe. So the featured characters here, Carnage, Gamora, and Prowler, those are 4 stars. Loki and Patch are 3 stars. In the case of Loki and Patch Wolverine, both of them are ascended in the 4-star land. Alright, as I always do, knocking off the hard notes here. Part 1 through 5, change the pace, and then changing the game. Alright, down on enemies when a friendly projectile is matched. Deal damage, prevent all other forms of damage dealt by allies, and then new tiles have an increased chance to be black. There's a story. For those who don't know, Daken, his purple ability creates strike tiles on the board. Anytime that we happen to match either he or us happen to match green, and his blue ability will destroy those strike tiles that he created for 5 blue, or yeah, 5 blue. And what else will he do? Oh, converts blue basic tiles into green. So yeah, there you go. Since we need protect tiles, we're going with Loki. I'm not going to use this hideous costume here. The bar colors, like, no, I am not going to do that. Alright, the idea here, for those who never played this Puzzle Gauntlet here, it's all about stealing stuff. Being a thief. At least the project signed here with Daken and all this that he's going to be doing. We don't have to worry too much about him not being able to heal. But we have to worry about getting all the damage prevented. Otherwise, this is not going to be good. I'll take that there. That's trickery. Change all those to projectiles. Cool, because that's gonna line up a little bit. And we're down there. It's all about the cascades, yo. And then, of course, getting black matches to make sure we don't have to deal with too many strike tiles. Now there are additional ways to deal with this here. If you need projectiles, you can always ask your alliance members for Black Panther projectiles, or Yeah, that's the Black Panther. Yeah, you want the 4-star Black Panther, and hopefully get them to send you some blue ones. Again, that's the idea, but again, I'm just trying to get more strike tiles out on the board before it's time to do the flip flop. Probably should do the flip flop in advance. Yep, that's what I should have did. Well, I don't mind using health packs here. I really don't, because the season's almost over with and whatnot. Let's see here. No, I need black. Good deal. Alright, let's flip flop all these here before he converts them. Again, no need for us to flip that one pesky tile because I don't have enough red on the board. Alright, now we got enough red. Trickery, since we got enough AP to do that. Trickery again. There we go. Took a few times, but got it done. Alright, changing the game. Whenever a friendly strike tile is matched, we deal damage. All of the damage is prevented by allies. New tiles on our turn have an increased chance to be yellow. And Patch is going to create strike tiles with both his green and his red ability. His green is going to create strike tiles for us and him. But we don't want his red because his red will instantly down us. And the reason why I said it'll instantly down us, it deals damage based on the number of tiles that have his icon. And since all the tiles are going to have his icon minus team ups, yeah. Alright. Since we need friendly strike tiles, let's go with Prowler. I should have went with Prowler to begin with. And with protect time, I wasn't thinking. This is why I said I wasn't thinking. At the start of the turn, he creates can, you know, add some strike tiles, fortify some stuff, yada yada yada. Now we're putting it down on Wolverine now. I mean a huge dent in Wolverine. I'll go this way so we get more strikes. Ooh, cool deal. That'll work. Bye, Wolverine. There's the Deadpool support token. Change the pace round 1. This is going to be dealing with red matches. Whenever a red match is made, deal damage. Cyclops will make red with his yellow. Ragnarok will do some stuff with his red to turn some number of tiles on the board to blue, and then Magneto's there just to be a little bit of a pest. Well, not transforming, but shifting the board around between red and blue tiles. For the most part, we're going to be using 3s and 4s. Now, there might be future puzzle gauntlets where hey, I'm gonna need some 5s and whatnot, but hopefully that bridge there won't be needed no time soon. And I'm trying to think here. Well, Moonstone's good for black when we need black. Just need more red. I mean, I could break out Hit Monkey. Yeah, Hit Monkey probably be the best option there. Alright, I'm gonna keep Cyclops for the time being, because just in case I happen to need some red, and the board doesn't want to cooperate, well, we got an option. We're not really worried about Blade's bloodlust, because he's not gonna be doing anything to the enemy team. Let me see here. Nope. Probably should have put Cyclops' yellow to 5, but again, I'm not really worried about Blade losing any health. Again, we can heal him back up. turns, and this here should be almost over. Alright, Cyclops, I'm gonna beat you to the punch. Alright, there we go. Okay, down all enemies when a friendly strike tile is matched, deal damage, and to prevent all damage dealt by allies. Electra will steal strike tiles. With her purple ability, Scarlet Witch is going to help accentuate that purple AP, or be an AP accelerant, I should say. And then Ant-Man, if we have, well, he's going to create strike tiles with his yellow ability. And then also too, Electra will be dealing with some shenanigans with her black ability and her red ability. Alright, let me think here. I know Nova can make strike tiles. I want to save Wolverine for a little bit later. If you have Polaris, that's an option there too. If you have anybody that has the lower level AI support, that's a good one there too. Let me see here. Silk, I know, makes strike tiles with her blue. I mean, she also makes protect tiles too. And let me see here. Wolverine, I'm probably going to end up using you a little bit later. Yeah, Hawkeye would actually be a good option too, because he makes strike tiles with his purple as well. Again, I'm just using up all these team ups here. And then also too, with Hawkeye, if Electra happens to put, or her Ant-Man or Scarlet Witch, if any of them happen to have their special tiles on board, well, hey, I can steal them, grant myself some AP, yada yada yada. So that's boomerangs, total recall, put on some strike tiles. Yeah, we don't really care about all that. Now all wrapped up, that'll also create some strike tiles too, but won't need that. Alright, let's see here. I'll take the damage, big whoop. Alright, put up more total recall. Well, actually, I'm gonna hold off on the total recall. And because boomerang. Yeah, that's the reason why. Because if he steals them from me, then we got problems. We're either about to get stunned. something, but okay, never mind. She didn't have her. Again, we can always use some healing. Yeah, that's the downside though about because boomerangs. If I don't get rid of that countdown tile in time. Pew pew pew. Alright, there's double cross. That's support or team up. Alright, down all enemies. Whenever a green match is made, you deal damage, and then on our turn, new tiles have a chance to be enemy strike tiles. Okay. Wolverine actually will hurt us with his green. And then also if he gets to low enough health, he'll start to heal 25% health if there's some number of green tiles on the board. I think it's either 9 or 10, somewhere along in there. And then Riri can send us airborne with her green ability. And she can convert some tiles in the middle of the board to red charge tiles and then do some swapping there. Man, this is one of the few times where I wish I had a Professor X where he didn't have anything in his yellow ability. Because I could run Charlie's Angels. What that team is, it's the 3-star Scarlet Witch, the 3-star Black Widow, and the Professor X. And what you would do anytime you make a match 5 in anything, you would gain AP in either Black Widow or Scarlet Witch's strongest color, which happens to be purple. Black Widow's purple ability converts basic tiles into green. Make match 5s from that there. Get the loop going. Scarlet Witch creates the countdown tiles. Get enough countdown tiles. We'll get enough purple on the board to start the cycle anew. Alright, Rogue, Amadeus Cho, and since I did mention Black Widow, where are you? There we go. And it will just use her purple for stuff. Again, Cho's here more or less to help accelerate the green AP. Rogue is here is pretty much retained. If they jump stupid with matching red, yellow, or whatever, cool deal. Now we don't have to worry about Riri's blue anytime soon, because they're not gonna be able to generate any blue AP. Alright, there's this unkillable Ronin. Let me destroy some tiles here. It don't really matter. I just don't want them to have that. That's the thing. Oh, never mind. Deceptive tactics, let's go. Again, just we're trying to make micro matches here. So there's 3 there. Or hang on. Whoops, can't even do that there. There's 3 there. We'll have that there for another tile. Again, sure, whatever. Let's blow up the board a little bit. Blow it up a little more. Alright, now Rogue's gonna explode. Alright, couple more matches and she should be done. Well, it's like a couple more matches. She's literally done after this turn here. And 1 random tile to grow. Okay. Alright, fortified tiles. Whenever a fortified tile is matched, deal damage, prevent all other damage dealt by allies. Both Black Panther and Shuri can make fortified tiles depending upon allies left on the board. In the case of Black Panther, in Shuri's case, she punishes us for having too many fortified tiles on the board by making our AP. The AP on our moves a whole heck of a lot steeper, and then also too she can stun with her green. Black Panther will also make fortified projectiles with his blue ability as well. Now, normally I would fight fire with fire with Black Panther and Shuri. But we're gonna do something a little bit different. I'm gonna use Misty Knight because she does some stuff with fortified tiles. Let me see here. I will bring in my own Shuri. Why not? And then Gore, he could be a good option with the whole fortified thing. He could, because he makes fortified tiles with at the start of the battle with his black ability. So that I think is what we'll deal with. Now I do have alternatives if I need to run things, but that's what we're going to use for the time being. magnetic shield, and see, and that's part of the reason why I brought Gore into the fight. Let's add some more shadow minions out on the board. Alright, let's see here. Go here. Get some more fortified tiles. Nope. Deuces. Now get all of them there refortified up. Again, I'm just getting stuff refortified. Boom. See, and that, as you saw, that was snowballing out of control. Once Gore seen that there were special tiles on the board or strike attack projectiles, he's like, no. Alright, down on enemies. Web tiles are matched. We're gonna deal damage. New tiles have an increased chance to be blue. Let's talk about these web tile users here real quick. Spider-Man 2099. If you happen to make a match in his 3 colors, blue, yellow, and black, he's gonna create web tiles on the board. Alright. Spider-Gwen, she's gonna stun with her purple ability. Her yellow is gonna add fortified web tiles on the board, and if we happen to match any web tiles, she's gonna heal her team. And then Anti-Venom, the only thing you need to know about him is if they get red and they have enough web tiles on the board, he could probably down somebody. His purple can be annoying too. They'll probably fire off his purple. So yeah. Alright, so we're gonna fight fire with fire. Ending is near. Let's see here. I don't need Miles, but I do need Peter though. Or I can go with Spider-Man India. Yeah, let's go with Spider-Man India. And then, where in the world is my Gwen? I know she's at 370. There she is. We'll go with Gwen, and then Spider-Man India. And the reason why Spider-Man India, once he gets his chai break going, that's gonna put that team there in line, and it's gonna be like, oh. And only thing I'll have to do is just be mindful of them getting stunned. As at the chai break, again, that helps put web tiles out, or the mandala web that puts out web tiles. And then again, as long as we make matches with web tiles, that heals us, but they're gonna be taking damage. And again, if I need to stun, or actually I don't have it. Well, I have a stun with Spider-Man India and his chai break, and then the bracelet roundabout if I need to make out more damage. matter of fact, that's exactly what we about to do. About to stun a whole entire team. But just don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I told you don't do it. You did it anyways. Alright. There we go. There's a stun. Let's see here. Spider bite. You go back to Gwen. I don't have enough to start off the process again. Okay, now we got enough to start off with. See, yeah, see that's the thing though about the precision purge. See, that starts to heal up his team. I don't know if you'll let me have another spider bite tile on the board. Cool deal. Put on another one, as DJ Khaled would say. Don't do it. Again, brace your roundabout does us no good. Alright, well, Gwen's gonna get stunned again. That's uprising. I mean, we could counter with our own uprising, but it's not necessary. Oops. Oops, I told you, don't do that. Don't do that while Spider-Man is around. Don't. Putting out all this damage and you saw what happened to you. Don't stop. I told you to stop and you didn't listen to me. Teenage kicks. Stun their whole entire team. Put some more web tiles out. And I'm gonna let Gwen take the hit here. Alright. Web tile. I saved again. Spider-Man Avian cheat code. the next one. Charge tiles. Jubilee's gonna make charge tiles. What is it? Is it her? Purple? Yeah, her purple makes charge tiles by swapping some selected tiles on the board, and it also stuns too. Start of the turn with her yellow, she'll make charge tiles as well. Thanos is gonna punish us for pretty much existing with his black ability. So Patch, yeah, you're pretty much in. We'll bring in Jubilee and we'll bring in Throg, because Throg will help us make charge tiles. Assuming my Jubilee ain't too high level. See, there's Roman Candle. Start of the battle. Or harder the team creates charge tiles, and if there's these 3 charge tiles, it applies to our allies as well. Roman Candle makes charge tiles at the start of the battle up to the number of X-Men that you have. So you have 2 X-Men. She'll create charge tiles that way. Let's see here. Alright, there we go. Let's just skip the jump right there. Their team there. Work this and this. I don't worry, it's coming back. It's all just coming back. Candle. She got her own light show. And she ain't dropping past this turn here. Let's go there. No need to fire off the best there is. Alright. I really don't want to blow up my charge tiles. Yeah, that's what I should have done. How much of this is determination do to us? We'll survive it. See, told you I'd survive it. And then boom. Next, puzzle it over friendly attack tiles. Storm will make friendly attack tiles with her black ability as well as Medusa with her countdown tile, and then Medusa can also swap tiles on the board with her purple ability, as well as if we start making too many matches with our attack tiles, she'll start to gain AP, or if we match her attack tiles or they match their attack tiles, they'll heal. But if our attack tiles are matched, and she's gonna gain AP, so that's gonna be fun. Carnage, you're in the door. Again, the very simplistic version, Carnage plus Polaris equals you win. So let's see here, I need... There's no sense in trying to boost attack tiles, because that does us no good. What I mean by boosting is using what's her face? Nico. So no sense in using her. And we'll go with Angela. Why not? Alright, why I got Dr. Doom, his purple ability to create an attack tile. Why Angela? Prey and the Valgar Beacon. That's gonna help us out a little bit. Hunter of Heavens, that's gonna help out quite a bit too. Nothing for nothing, they get attack tile. By me. Now I really don't want Storm to start doing her stuff with these attack tiles. I really don't. She can blow up the board. Frankly, I don't care. Okay, there's the tile swap that I was telling y'all about. There's Hailstorm. And now her team's about to get healed. Yeah, no, we're not surviving past this turn here. Because Medusa done already healed off most of the damage that we did, so let's retreat. You same team, we'll be alright. If there was another character I wanted to use, I could use our good friend MODOK, because MODOK makes attack tiles with his red. attack tiles. Okay. Yep, there goes the healing process again. Alright. Angela, I think you are going to be replaced by my boy Mr. Fantastic. Like the extra damage that, or the Nafalgar Beacon, cool. Could go with Thanos too, but I don't need to do that extreme, not yet anyways. At least we can get some healing, and then we can throw out Mr. Fantastic's blue to stun Medusa for so many turns. Because again, we'll be matching the enemy attack tiles or enemy special tiles eventually. And then we'll get a chance to fire off our free power too, if everything is done right. That pesky hair metal. Will it doom? Trying to maximize the amount. Well, worth a shot. Dang. See, again, that's the thing I hate though about Medusa. Once she starts getting all of her tiles going out of control, or we get too many special tiles on the board, strike attack and protect tiles, she starts to go nuts. Punisher's ability to activate. Oh boy. Well, the bright side is this. I do get a chance to activate Mr. Fantastic's ability. Nope. Nope, not gonna do it. Get the redemption. Will be one of those last ditch effort moves. I'm just looking for I just want either blue. I mean, black is fine, whatever. I imagine it'll work. Another Maginot. I mean, that's cool. Let's activate a third. 3 of them things. Carnage rule. That helps. Alright, there's projectiles, good. How many more we've matched to? Alright, let's go for Hail Mary. Carnage rules, that works. Hair metal, I mean that. That is certainly a thing. That's the ability I didn't want to activate. Imagine that definitely helps. All I had to do is survive past this turn here. Yay! Alright, well, I mean, you can't make no charge tiles on the board, so... Well, let's take advantage of the fact that we have them stunned. Symbiote Science does nothing for us. This, on the other hand, will. He'll survive. Storm is definitely helping us out a whole lot. I wish I could just blow up the board, but I can't. Keep her stunned. Carnage is, oh, okay, cool. Alright, now it's Doom's time. Again, I'm not worried about the doctor. Losing any health because, well, doesn't matter now. Whatever you match, I win. And then infiltrate, boom. It was, like I said, getting Medusa stunned. Once she was stunned, the rest of the fight was easy. And then enemy projectiles. Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Professor X. So let's talk about it. Luke Cage, if we fire off a power, he'll create a projectile, and if he happens to be out in front, then he will destroy or remove one of our strike, attack, or projectiles from the board. Professor X, anytime either Luke Cage or Iron Fist fires off a power, he's going to create a strike, attack, and projectile. He also can go invisible with his purple ability, and in Iron Fist, his blue ability will create strike tiles. His black ability will convert any of those projectiles from Luke Cage or that we give in strike tiles, and then his red ability, his green ability will give his team black AP. Alright, Prowler, you're in here, you're up in here, and then the person we always use as the third is Venom, Eddie Brock. Since we know Prowler starts off with projectiles at the start of the battle, Eddie creates projectiles once they get fortified. When they happen to get matched away, we're always going to make some some projectiles. And then once we fire off the power, there goes its projectile right there. Alright, we're danger close from the professor getting his stuff to fire off. Doesn't matter now. As long as the professor's projectile. Well, let's stun him. We got 3 turns to get rid of Professor X. Well, now 2 turns. And that's the only downside though about having these fortified projectiles on board. Luke Cage, if he gets enough yellow, well, he puts us in a bind. A bunch of little fellas ain't gonna change the state. That might actually change the state of the fight. And that's really gonna change the state of the fight. Yep, let's retreat and do this one here again. Fortified. Boom. Alright. That's passive, so I'll go this one here. Again, that stings a little bit. That stings a little bit too. Oh, we just gotta get rid of Luke now. Good deal. Alright, Professor's giving us projectiles. Get rid of the Professor now. Well, worth a try. you gotta be. Oh no. I thought you had to be sacrificed, but. He's gonna match all of those there. That's meaty. That is meaty. That is meaty. Alright, so before I do that, let me go ahead and stun the professor now. Boom. Probably the sacrifice was worth it, my man. Alright, so there's the Puzzle Gauntlet done and dusted. Alright, so this here, the lightning deal, this is was worth 400 hero points. Take advantage of that there for heroics, legendary, ISO 8, all that good stuff. I don't know if I talked about this here. If I did, I might have talked about it in a previous video. But 1,000 command points for some Galactus shards. An Ascended 4-star Johnny Cage. I had Mortal Kombat on the. I got Luke Cage and Johnny Storm on the brain. Ascended Johnny Storm, Ascended Dr. Doom, Infamous Iron Man, Daredevil King of the Fist. That's another character I could have used for some stuff. I'll keep him in mind for another Puzzle Gauntlet. A grip of latest legends and classic legends, as well as roster spots, and a level 4 Thanos copter. I mean, I couldn't sacrifice that many pools for all that there. The full Cosmos Mill Vault. The main thing out of here, Galactus shards, roster slots. I got plenty of those there. A master support to guarantee 3, 4, 5. Well, it's a guaranteed 3, but you have a chance to get a 4 or 5 support. As you saw, I got the roster slot and shards for Shang-Chi, or for my favorite 5-star, and then a bundle with all that ISO 8. But the only way to get those there, you have to buy stuff. Boss fight, this here's going on currently. Hispanic Heritage. Again, like I said, in the puzzle, maybe Crash the Titans, make sure you're using characters who are of Hispanic descent. Our main event here, Puzzle Gauntlet. Opportunity for Deadpool support token. Your featured 3s and 4s, along with your random assortment of stuff, red ISO 8, basic support tokens, 2 stars, yada yada yada. Okay, one and we're done. We got Carnage, good deal. Finally, 12th anniversary vault. Again, use whoever's featured there, or I should say, use the, if you have her, the 2-star Ghost Rider. That's what I've been using to make sure that I've been hitting that vault there. Okay. We will get to the Deadpool momentarily.
But let's take a look at the supports for this cycle here. Arc Reactor, that's actually kind of needed for the Aunt May, Frost, and whomever can hold the Arc Reactor that's a part of Team Iron Man. You got Avengers Tower, and that's okay. That's what I use. I know I use Avengers Tower on somebody. Black Widow's Baton's a good way to get purple AP and to get a stun. Chimichanga, that's great for getting red AP, purple AP. Call Obsidian, Story Gun, Element Guns, they can be kind of useful. Arrows is Arrow, that was great in PvP, but you can't use it in PvP. Shield Helicarrier, that's alright. Hellfire Club, Memorial Beads, those are decent-ish. Lucky Pizza Dog, that's good for some healing and increasing the length of countdown tiles. Loki's Mirror or Loki Trickery should have been on Loki to begin with. Refreshment is actually pretty decent. I actually do like this here. I use this here on my Kang the Conqueror, and it gives you a burst of healing, puts countdown tiles on the board. You can think of some other things with characters who like countdown tiles. Agent Coulson, Sanctum Sanctorum. I use this here on one of my Doctor Stranges. Stormbreaker, and it's alright if you need red, yellow, or green at the start of the battle. Symbiote Goo, I use that on my my Mr. Sinister to get some trap tiles on the board. Blackbird, I have it at level 5. Deadpool, we'll talk about that there. The Tinkerer, that again, this here should have been a part of Prowler's kit to begin with, but it fortifies your friendly special tiles, strike, attack, and protect tiles, and increases them and other stuff. Vibranium Ore, that's useful, and Yara Root is a great way to get 5 AP in green at the start of the battle. Alright, pull 10 of these here. Now I wonder, did y'all fix before I do the low level support? Finish that there off. Alright, let me change that real quick. Change that to all. Because I'm looking for, behavioral control. I want that there to be done real quick. So we get that at level 5. Alright. Because I don't want to go and I get too many and I can't use the shards. That's the thing. That's what I don't want. Alright, that's 3 more to go. Alright, 2 more. Kamoyo beads, that's actually, is it maxed out? Should be. No. let's make sure that none of the extras. Okay, cool. Just got one more pull of that there. Alright, please don't trigger. Please don't trigger. Alright, cool. That's that. That's done. Alright. Rank up to level 5. Alright, now I should not have anything favored. Alright, let's get to level 4. And I want low level AI. Want that favored. Alright. Cooled up. Alright, there's the final one of that there. Again, I got level 4 of that. Alright, so we'll pull maybe 3 of these here for posterity. Okay, another Yaru. Alright, and then one of the master tokens. Wasn't expecting much out of that there anyways. Now like how the last pull where I pulled that there out the Watsu. Alright, Deadpool. We're gonna look at mines first. And then we'll go from there. Because mines is at level, what's level 3, level 4? Yeah, level 4. Alright. Alright, rank 1. If one doesn't exist, create a 3-turn countdown tile targeting the character with the lowest health. And then the target's, this tile's target takes 40% increase in damage if an enemy, or and 60% reduced damage if an ally. Alright, so again, it doesn't matter who it is. If it's friendly, if it targets a friendly, then they take reduced damage. If it targets an enemy with whoever has the lowest health, then they take increased damage. And this here, it doesn't matter if it's abilities, match damage, whatever. Alright, rank 3, when the Deadpool countdown tile expires, it deals damage to the target. If it's an enemy, or if it gives birth to them, if it's an ally. Rank 5, whenever it expires, if the target has the lowest health, you gain 2 random AP in the supporting character's strongest colors. And the synergy perk, if you put it on any of the Deadpools, you gain one of the following perks. Damage is increased by another 35% while that countdown tile is active. Perk 2, increase the damage by 40% or burst heal by 40%. And then perk 3, if the target of the Deadpool tile is down on its last turn, you remove it, then you gain 5 random AP in the supported character's strongest colors, and that's the limit of once per battle. Alright, so I don't expect anything out of here. That's another level 3. And then another level 3. So again, 4 levels to the Deadpool support token. And then Jade Tiger, this is still going on right now. In order to get tokens from this here, you're going to be looking for the Jade Tiger tokens. I think you should be getting them in in the verses. Whenever you, let's see here. No, that's that. No, so there's literally none here. Huh? Weird. Because normally they would have featured tokens up inside there, but apparently they don't. But oh well. So that's it for the Puzzle Gauntlet. Hopefully you gleaned some information to beat it. I may do a Galactus video. I don't know. I'm iffy on that there, but I definitely will be back Monday for Crash the Titans. Until then, be excellent to your fellow human beings. Until then, peace.